Hey, so I just finished a leg workout and I'm entering that into ShredSheet for the day. So this is my leg day, and I did my dumbbell Bulgarian split squat. I did that with 100 pounds for 15 reps on each set. Um, well, so this is an interesting thing, right? So it's either 100 pounds for 15 reps on each leg, or I do 30 because I did 15 reps on each leg, so it's a total of 30 reps at 100 pounds. Or I can say 15 reps at 200, but that's less accurate. So I'm going to go with 100 at 30 reps in the set for 5 sets. And so that's my leg volume for the day. Check out my volume trend, see what that looks like. Double check my filters. There we go. So this is my first microcycle, or my first microcycle logged here, and I'm starting from scratch so that you all can see this example. And I'm on a hypertrophy block, so this is what I'm working on. Now, I added something to ShredSheet I want to talk about. It's this nutrition log. So it's just a template that I put together a while ago. I didn't include it in the original version ShredSheet. So I wanted to just keep it simple, but I decided to put it in here with some example stuff. And basically what it's going to let me do is it's going to track my menus. So this is just all the different stuff that I pick my food from in a given day. And what I did was I just tracked for each of them, I just jotted down, what's my kind of serving of that, and how many grams of protein, carbs, and how many calories are in that. Something I've liked to measure is kind of the protein per calorie ratio, just to keep myself getting close to about 200 grams of protein a day. And so what the spreadsheet does is, on the math side, is it lets you put your quantities in a given day. So the days go this way, and you can say, okay, well, I had 1 protein bar today. If I had 2 protein bars, what you're going to notice is this number up here changes. So total calories, total protein, total carbs for the day increase based on the number of grams of carbs and protein and calories for that second protein bar. And it's doing that if you're curious about the Excel math, you're just using the sum product function. So it's saying, hey, for this number, multiply everything in this column against everything in this column, and then give me that product. So that's the sum product in Excel, which is a cool function, just generally if you ever want to use it for other stuff. But yeah, so that's what that is, and it's been helpful for me. And I don't use it for too long. I haven't been super nuts about tracking my nutrition. It's the stuff that I take in, but I've realized recently that I've been almost binging at night on like fruits, mandarin oranges, and apples, and like yogurt, and just like random stuff like pirate's booty. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just track what that looks like. And what it's done for me a couple of times is it's helped me just kind of set my calorie intake for the day and just be aware of what that is. And I'll do it for like a week, maybe 2 weeks at most, and then I'll kind of fall off, but mainly because I've like trained myself to know what are the different combinations of things that I can eat throughout the day to get to kind of get within my calorie and protein range. The carbs I don't pay too much attention to. I just threw that in there to keep track of it, but I pay less attention to that than I do that I'm getting the right amount of protein for the number of calories, that kind of ratio. But it's good to have that in there too, I suppose, if you're interested in tracking that. And the other nice thing about this is that if you know how the formula works, you can always extend it to track other macros too. So if you wanted to capture fat in there or whatever, you can do that. So that's one update. I went ahead and threw in a trend here that's associated with it, so you can see over time the total carbs, calories, and protein. I have some outlier numbers here that we need to get rid of that are skewing that trend a bit. So, but yeah, so that trend is here, so you can see kind of what those values look like over time if you wanted to track that. And that's the big update for the day. One thing to note, I'm working on including reps in reserve as an entry point metric here. And I'll also be working on putting together an actual program component to this. So not in any way me suggesting a program to you. that's something that you get from your trainer. This is a log, but a way to capture your progress in the log against against your program of choice. So something that lets you kind of set your program, configure it in a way, and measure your progress against that. So that's in the works, and I'll have another update when that's up and running. All right, so that's it. Quick update. Go out and get after it.